is if our boats get destroyed, for example, and someone blockades us here, they can block this strait crossing, which means it's impossible for us to move our troops back and forth from Venice. So if we keep our troops off Venice as long as possible, that's a good thing. So we're not going to pick any of these missions. We have the possibility of forming the Italian nation, pretty easy. Gains a lot of things. Italy's a powerful, powerful nation. We don't have any ideas yet. Again, we're back up to the limit of Defender of the Faith. Should we get any more allies? France, still at 100 Years' War, so we're not going to ally them because they'll just pull us into the war. We can get new tech. We're going to get diplomatic technology, which allows us to build docks, marketplaces, which give us bonus trade power, which gives us more money, and decreases the repair cost for ships, increases our trade range, which means we can access more trade nodes and send more our merchants to different places to push trade to Venice, so we get more money overall. Yeah, there we go. Nope, W. So we're going to make some marketplaces, because increasing trade power is always a good thing. Always, always, always a good thing. We could perhaps ally Austria. Yep, that's a good idea, but now France won't ally us, because we've allied their rival. We should get some bad modifiers on the month tick. Okay, so election. Our rules are decided by an election. The term is up for Francesco Forciacerna. With enough support, he can stay in office, but he then must defeat his 3 primary competitors we get to pick. So we can either keep our current guy, which means we lose something called Republican tradition, which is bad to lose Republican tradition, but keeping him would increase his monarch point gain by 1. He's currently at 444, which means we gain 4 of each per month, which increases our ability to do things. So we're going to keep this guy for a couple of terms. He dies, and he's scripted to die at some point anyway. So it's not really that bad. I think keep him around. Stability, we have negative stability, bad things happen. I might hover over this ability. Yeah, so we get more trade power, more defense, less unrest, which is like rebels. More taxes, more missionary strength, which increases our conversion chance. Power produces goods produced nationally increase, which means more money, essentially. And the aristocrats' influence goes up. And if we have negative, we gain 2 unrest each negative point, which is bad. More interest. Merchant present inland goes down, which means we lose trade power. And again, more steering towards the land, we lose more trade power. So staying like equal or 0 or +1 is the best way to go. We're currently coring that. I don't really understand this system very well, so I'm not going to really touch it. Okay, well, I'll read it anyway, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. So the current controllers are the aristocrats, representing the aristocratic patrician families that dominate the political life in the capital. Their main concern is ensuring that the Republic is victorious in war and achieves the glory that they view as their own. Okay? The traders, representing the merchants and ship captains, are the lifeblood of the Republic trade. That are the lifeblood of the Republic's trade. Their main concern is control of lucrative maritime trade routes. Guilds, representing the artisans and master craftsmen inhabiting our cities that have banded together in guilds for mutual economic gain and assistance. Their main concern is the economic well-being of the cities. It looks like they're going to slowly gain power over time. I wonder if there's a way I can tell what will happen. Here we go. Build cost goes down. Less manpower, more goods naturally. So our money goes up. Our money goes up. Even though it says taxes go down, you don't get much money from taxes anyway. Our trade power goes down as well as, but it's only trade power abroad, so that's not too bad. But I think we will boost the traders. So on the month tick, we will get the traders in power instead of the aristocrats because we're not going to war for a little bit longer. There we go. Oh, I will mothball this fleet so we don't pay for it. Again, 10, 10, 8, 10, 8. Which is okay because we're focused on Diplotech. Switch over to focus on admin so we can barrel out this idea group. And I'm going to increase our speed to speed 4 so that things tick along a lot faster than they would usually. We'll continue to build these buildings on places that are of great concern, like places inside our trade node, which is all of our holdings except for Ragusa. But Ragusa has a lot of trade power on its own. We'll not build. Oh, he died. See, now we have to pick someone who, when on a republic, you can always get 3 choices aside from the main guy you already have, which is a bureaucratic candidate, which means, oh, I didn't know it gave you influence for other things. Which means you get a rule that starts with 4-1-1, so he's really good at admin. You have to keep him around to keep getting better in other stats. Or guys who are really good in Diplo, or a guy who's good in military. Depends on what tech you're going for at the moment. We're not going to pick the Diplo guy because we are ahead of time by 4 years. So what I think we'll do, because military power is always a good thing, we'll do that. But it will also mean that the it cost us. I didn't know it cost us things to do that. It will mean the aristocrats retake control. Unfortunately, that's totally fine. Totally fine. I think we'll go up a level to 5, speed 5. Speed 5. England won the papacy, so they have all those modifiers, which is good for them because they're at war currently. Still France. Burgundy's at war. Hansa just accepted peace with Pomerania. I didn't click the peace. I didn't read the peace deal. Apologies. Once these buildings finish, we're about to see our trade power skyrocket. And get even more money a month. Realistically, we could turn down our maintenance to nothing, so we gain even more. But I poisonally don't feel like doing that. Because it's like 2 ducats, not worth it. In any respect of the word, not worth it whatsoever. Alright, Hansa. Alright, it's time for a coalition. All that aggressive expansion. It's something the AI does to players. Join a coalition and then eventually once player does so much aggressive expanding, the AI declare. So what we're going to do is we're going to join the coalition against the AI and turn the tables on them. It's not Hansa. Hopefully other people will join the coalition. I can build another marketplace somewhere. Oh, yeah. Let's not do... yeah, let's do that. Can we buy more trade ships? We can buy 5 more trade ships. Oh. Apparently the building in multiple places only does it if they're connected. Which I suppose is a good thing. Oh. I mean, 10 years more papal influence. Sure. Why not? Alright, let's build ourselves a dock in Treviso. And more papal influence, thank you. Prestige is not really a concern at the moment. We should be positively gaining prestige, which gives the following modifiers. If you guys want to stop and read that. We're actually losing prestige. Interesting. We can get a technology. Military tech, which lets us build armories, which increases our ability to reinforce our troops and build more troops, and decreases how long it takes to build them or recruit them. We got tactics increase and a morale increase, which increases our morale damage against our opponents and increases our ability to flank them and such forth and width. We also have enough money to build at least one armory. They cost 50 ducats and 10 of whatever monarch point they use as their main thing. So these use diplo points, and these use military point as a... Always a good thing to keep building buildings. They're always good. Except when they're not good. In the case of a march. It looks great. Increased manpower. Increase the attrition. Local defense goes up, so it's hard to take. But you have to build it adjacent to enemy territory, and if that enemy territory goes away, i.e. you take it, the march disappears, and that 500 ducats you spent, it just vanishes into thin air. So we'll not be taking that. Ever. Ever. Okay, request alliance of the Knights. This is the Knights Templar. Oh, they would accept vassalization. Yeah, that's a weird one. They never usually accept vassalization. Let's transfer as much trade power to me as possible. It's an interesting one. To vassalize them, which means they come under our umbrella, we have to get them to plus 190 opinion, which is hard when you can't do something called a royal marriage, which links the houses, blah blah blah. How do you think a royal marriage would work? It gives us plus 25 opinion, which is great. It's pretty good, but only people who have monarchies or a noble monarchy, like a noble republic, as opposed to our republic, which is a merchant republic, can do. Let's build something down there. Why not? How are you doing, Buster? Are we friends still? Yeah. Used to like me. Allowing multiple allies may cause us to go to war with one of our allies, which is, not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Time for another drink. Okay. I pause up. I closed it. It's okay, we'll go to the buildings menu and choose it from there. If you guys have any questions about the game that I haven't already covered, use the comment section in YouTube or use the chat section in Twitch. I did a 4-hour stream last night of Eve, in which I played some copyrighted music. I won't be doing that for anything that's recorded for my YouTube channel. Candidates vie for opportunities. As a republic, we strive to strike a balance between the economic interests and tradition.